Today's lecture is on the National Education Technology Standard, better known as NETS. NETS was created by the International Society for Technology in Education, ISTE, as you can see on this screen. ISTE created these standards in connection with the United States Department of Education. It was a combination of a federal initiative with ISTE that was around for almost 30 years. The standards all accepted in all states over time, so all 50 states accepted these technology standards. Some states created their own version of these standards, but all based on the ISTE standards, or better known as the National Technology Standards. ISTE's National Education Technology Standards has served as a roadmap since 1998 for improving teaching and learning by educators. ISTE standards for students, teachers, and administrators help to measure proficiency and set up aspirational goals for the knowledge, skills, and attitudes needed to succeed in today's digital age. These standards were created in connection again with the Department of Education, as we said, and was refreshed again in 2007. The National Education Technology Standards have three different areas, if you notice. It has a teacher's area, it has a student's area, and it has an administrative area. So we see all these three areas. The new standards identify several high-order thinking skills and digital citizenship as critical for students to learn effectively for a lifetime of life productivity in our emerging global societies. There are 6 standards that you'll notice, and they are right over here in this nice picture is the Educational Technology Standards for Students. They are stated over here. The first, if we take a look at the first one, it's creativity and innovation. The students demonstrate creative thinking, construct knowledge, and develop innovative products. And then it has a couple of subtopics under that. The second one is communications and collaboration, and talking about digital media and environment to communicate and work collaboratively, including at a distance, and that's number 2. Number 3 is research and information fluency, and that is all about information literacy and how important information literacy is today with the new digital tools that we have by using the internet. And the next one is critical thinking, problem solving, and discussion making. And students use critical thinking skills to plan and conduct research, manage projects, solve problems, and make informed decisions using appropriate digital tools and resources. And then it has 5 subcategories. The 5th one is extremely important, called digital citizenship, which students understand human, cultural, and societal issues related to technology and practice legal and ethical behaviors. That is extremely, extremely important today because of all the issues today with internet safety and predators, students copying other things and copying copyright information and thinking that it's correct to do. So that's very, very important, and it was interesting to note that it wasn't in the original NETS emphasized so much. Profiles for technology literate students. As you can see, these are the profiles stated on the ISTE site. The major component of the NETS project is the development of a general set of profiles describing technology literate students. These profiles are based on ISTE's core belief that all students must have regular opportunities to use technology to develop skills that encourage personal productivity, creativity, critical thinking, and collaboration in the classroom and in daily life. The profiles highlight a few important types of learning activities in which students might engage as the new NETS, which stands for National Education Technology Student Standards, are implemented. See where it says S over there. These examples are provided in effort to bring the standard to life and demonstrate a variety of activities possible. So let's take a look at that. If we look down here, we see that there is profiles for K-2, 3 to 5, 6 to 8, and 9 to 12. And then we'll look down at each one of these profiles. So here it is. Profile for technology literate students, grades K to 2, and number 1, illustrate and communicate original ideas and stories using digital tools and media-rich resources. And this goes back to Standard 1 and Standard 2. And then we go down to 2, 3, 4, right through 10. These are the standards. So here are the major standards, and these numbers over here refer to these standards. That's how they're interconnected. And it's interesting to notice that that schools, what they do is they break these pieces apart even further into much more concrete little action plans of how to perform each of one of these profiles. And you might have to do that also in your school in the future. If you take a look, there's profiles grades 3 to 5. Again, same idea, referring back to the original 6 standards. If you take a look at profile for technology, ICT literacy for grade 6 to 8, it's important to note that after grade 8, according to the No Child Left Behind, students will take an exam based on these standards, which is mandated by the federal government. New York State has not implemented this exam after the 8th grade as of yet, but will in the near future. Other states have already implemented exams already. I think it's the state of Massachusetts and possibly the state of Florida has done it already. And of course, profiles for grades 9 to 12 for high school students. So those are the specific profiles. Okay. The next area that we're going to be taking a look at is NETS for Teachers. So let's take a look at NETS for Teachers. The NETS for Teachers refreshed in the year 2008, as you notice in these 5 standards. Here is a nice picture of the standards. The first standard is to facilitate and inspire student learning and creativity, design and develop digital age learning experience and assessment. And of course, assessment is important is the new buzzword today. Model digital age work and learning, promote and model digital citizenship and responsibilities. Again, same idea. So teachers have to know about digital citizenship and responsibilities and teach their students within the standards about copyright, intellectual property, appropriate documentation for sources, not to copy things from the internet, not to copy music, how to protect themselves from predators, standing digital etiquette, and those are very, very important topics to cover today. Engage in professional growth and leadership, of course. Only other points that I have to make is that these standards are very, very difficult standards. They'll take many, many years for teacher training programs such as ours to actually prepare students for these standards. Few programs in the United States that could prepare teachers for such a high technological level. Our teachers will be there in a few years, and the NETS for Teachers represent a vision of technology sophisticated educators. Nobody expects every teacher to be up to this level today, but its vision is that every teacher will be up to this level in the future. Teachers really need to feel comfortable using technology, and technology is great only when a person really knows how to use it really well. And we're going to talk about one more area called NETS for Administrators. NETS for Administrators will be upgraded in 2009. Okay, so the NETS for Administrators, let's take a look at that. Is leadership and vision, learning and teaching, productivity and professional practice, support management operations, assessment and evaluation, and social, legal, and ethical issues. And then there's essentials conditions based on that. I think that's right over here, which is very, very important. And there is profiles also behind the standards. We're not going to, because we're focusing on students and teaching, and most of you are non-administrators today. We're not really focusing on this. But it's interesting to know that there's necessary conditions to effectively leverage technology for learning, and we try to teach administrators that there has to be a shared vision, there has to be planning, there has to be funding, there has to be access, skilled personnel. They have to train their teachers, professional development. They have to have technical support, curriculum framework, engage communities, support policies, and support of external context. And that's what's actually it's interesting to note that in the teacher training program that we have for administrators here at Touro, this is the course outline or syllabus for the course that we teach in our leadership program. So that's just interesting to note that we use the ISTE standards in producing our own teacher training for administrators in technology also. That wraps up our our lecture. In order to implement these standards, we have to have these essential conditions.